Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
I'm Gina.
We have cousin Gina with us today because Wendy is on a cruise with her husband and friends, which good for her. So cousin Gina is blessing us with her presence, and we're going to talk about The Valley, Season 2, Episode 13, The Cruise from Hell. And we both agreed that that was appropriately titled.
It sure was. I couldn't imagine being on that boat and not being able to walk away from everybody.
Plus being seasick because like Zack, Jasmine, like they were all saying they were seasick. So I can't imagine like sitting through that nonsense while feeling like I'm going to throw up.
That's why I don't go on boats, because I get so seasick.
I'm
It doesn't
totally
matter.
with you.
If the boat's moving, I'm okay. But the second that stops, no.
I'm totally with you. The only time I don't get seasick is if I go out. My dad has a small boat. It's a center console. It's not that big. I don't even know how many feet it is, quite honestly. And we'll go in like the bay with him. But it's a small boat. He doesn't go that fast.
But it's still moving.
We're maybe out there an hour. It's not like a long, drawn out day. But even like Wendy going on the cruise, I'm wondering how she did. We've never been on a cruise, and that's one of the reasons. I'm afraid I'm going to be sick the whole time.
No, I've never been on a cruise. No, I don't want to go on a boat. Everybody says, oh, you love it. No, first off, I don't like people that much that I want to be around them 24/7.
That's right.
And now too many restrictions.
Yeah.
Tell me what I come in here spending thousands of dollars and you're telling me what I can and can't do.
Yeah. That's a
Listen,
good point.
I could go eat $1,000 worth of food, go to a restaurant, because that's all everybody talks about is the food. I don't care, I don't need to eat all that food.
You know what it is? We're from New Jersey. So I think when you're from Jersey, New York, like we know good food. We know
don't
where
need
to
to
go
go
to get
anywhere.
good food.
Yeah.
Like food on a cruise ship is not going to impress us.
If I want a buffet, I'll go to Borgata.
Yeah,
20
like
minutes from
we know
home.
where to go to get the good food. You
Yeah.
can't woo us with food.
No.
Because where we live, there's, 5 places probably within a 5 to 10 mile radius I could go and get one of the best meals ever.
Parmine's 20 minutes from my house. The best Italian food out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't get impressed by
No.
food. All right. So the episode starts. They're still in the suite the night of Kristen's engagement, but Zack is saying like we need to take the picture with the t-shirts because we only have the food until 10 o'clock. So everybody's got to go get changed, and we have to get down there. I said this to Wendy last week. I thought it was odd that when they all went to the suite to, be there when Kristen got back to say congratulations, Michele, her boyfriend Aaron, wasn't with her. And I was like, isn't that weird? Which I guess I don't know why, but.
And I didn't understand that whole suite. Somebody sharing the suite with you and
so I guess it started out where
rooms?
Zack and Benji got upgraded to the suite, and so did Jesse. And then Benji and Zack gave Kristen and Luke the suite, but they're still sharing with Jesse.
Yeah, what is it, a 2-bedroom suite?
Yeah, and there were 2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
Zack said on the after show, but Jesse just wanted to use the bigger bathroom because it was nicer.
He's such an
So
asshole.
hopefully when Kristen and Luke got there, Jesse stopped using the big bathroom.
I doubt it. He's too full of himself, the man.
He is. Listen, I think Jesse is a narcissist. I don't think he was probably a good husband at all, but I am enjoying him this season so much.
Yeah, he's good TV. He's a
great
horrible
TV.
He's like Jax. Jax is a horrible person, but he's good TV.
And I agree with you, except that I don't like to watch. I wouldn't mind if Jax weren't on this show. I really wouldn't, because I think he really is. He's a mean-spirited person. And I don't like to see that.
I think something happened. We've never seen a video, but I heard that he did something on his front porch or something that was caught on a video. And they saw the video, but then Brittany destroyed it, but somebody saw it and it was really bad.
Well, I
It
think
was
Kristen must
probably
have,
getting
because
violent.
Kristen said something like, somebody could have died, or I think it was
Yeah.
Kristen,
And
or
that's his
maybe
number 1 cheerleader.
Lala said it, like, "It looks as if somebody could have died," like, he must have
Yeah.
been whacked out of his mind.
I don't think there was anybody else there, but he was probably punching a wall. You know how things can
Yeah.
happen.
He's already admit to having a cocaine addiction. Clearly, cocaine makes you angry.
Mhm.
Maybe not
Yep.
everybody, but in my personal experience, when I have been around somebody under the influence of that, they're very angry, they're very aggressive.
And he's an
It's not like
aggressive
weed,
person
that's for
anyway.
sure.
Yeah, no. He seems to be a very aggressive person anyway.
Well, that's what he keeps saying. Drugs and drinking weren't his problem, his anger is.
And you know what? I like Brittany, but she's at fault in this. First off, she went after him knowing he was Jax from Vanderpump Rules. We all know
100.
that. She went in and but she put up with a lot of shit. A lot of shit. She doesn't deserve it. Finally, she's done. Finally. And I hope she
Yeah,
sticks with it.
I agree with you. She knew exactly who she was getting involved in, but do you remember, like, on VPR when they got together, like, everybody, even Stassi was like, "Jax is a different person." Like, Brittany is the
Yeah.
best thing that's ever happened to Jax. So I definitely agree with you. She knew exactly who she was getting in with,
Yeah.
but I do think he made some kinds of changes.
But he's very cyclical, you know? It just goes around and around with him.
And she's clearly no angel. She likes to party. I mean, listen, we all do. I'm not judging
Yeah,
her.
but you
I'm
know
just
what? Sometimes you have to put alcohol on the back burner, especially when you have a child.
Yeah. See, I think that if it weren't for this show, it would be easier for her to make that decision, but, I mean, she's on a show with a group of friends who this is what they do. They go out and drink. Not all of them have kids, not all of them are married, so
If it wasn't for the show, she would have hightailed it back to Kentucky. She wouldn't have
I agree.
stuck around.
I think so too.
The only reason she stuck around was because she's on a TV show.
For sure. So Michelle and Brittany were saying, so then they go down to where the food is. And Michelle and Brittany were saying that it was mean that Janet spent the money to come to Hawaii but wasn't invited to the after engagement party. But Zach never said that Janet wasn't invited. Janet chose not to go.
Yeah, that exactly. She was invited, or she wasn't not invited.
Right.
So, like,
And
anybody there is gonna go. I mean, it's part of what you're filming.
yeah. So then Brittany and Jasmine were all jacked up that they were down at the after engagement party and Nia and Danny weren't there yet. They were all jacked up about it. And I kept thinking, what is their problem on the after show on Peacock? And I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just giving it a little bit of clarification. Brittany and Jasmine were both saying, we had to go down there. We had to blow up balloons. We basically had to prepare the celebration. And Nia and Danny got to sit on a boat for hours and now just go freshen up and show up. Again, I'm not making excuses for them. That's what they were pissed off about. But listen,
You're on a TV
Brittany said,
show. I mean, what are
yeah,
you
and
blowing up balloons for? Isn't that what production is for?
well, not only that, but he thanked that woman at the end for doing such a great job. Like, wasn't
Party
she blowing
planner?
up balloons?
I think she did a shitty job. Did you see that food?
I did see the food. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii, but all I ever hear about is how it's a fabulous trip.
Yeah.
I
I've
mean,
never been.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that too. But I thought, well, Brittany, you're sitting here saying that it's mean that Janet's not here. All you're doing, you got your head up Janet's ass. Of course, Nia and Danny were invited on the boat for the engagement. You're not going to
Yeah.
be invited on the boat for the engagement.
Brittany was so upset about that. They showed some of it, but I could tell because, that's her and Kristen go back a lot, since she moved to California. And you heard her say, like, I'm her friend. I knew her before, even before VP or whatever. No, not before because Brittany,
But
but
right,
Brittany
when
was
she
really
first got
hurt.
there.
She was really hurt.
And I get that, but you're playing both sides. You know what else was interesting on the after show? Brittany was saying that, Janet doesn't talk about Kristen to me at all. Then Zack said, Janet talks badly about Kristen all the time to Brittany and will make Brittany choose, like, between them. And Zack goes, I've seen the text to prove it. So Brittany's sitting there lying, saying that Janet's not doing that. But she is, because Zack fact checked it and said, I've seen unless Zack is lying, but why would he lie?
Again, she's a bad friend, but good TV. But she's not coming back. Didn't they say that they're not coming back to the show? When there
Who,
was that
Brittany?
rash of thought they weren't coming back. I could be wrong.
I don't think people are really enjoying this season.
There's no good storyline.
I know. I love Kristen and Luke getting engaged. I love seeing Kristen's happy ending.
Yes, but it's not gonna carry a season. It's not gonna carry a season. And the worst storyline is Danny drinking.
For
And
sure.
now listen, I'm an HR director, 45
Yes.
years, okay? When you use those words, sexual assault, okay, shut the door, stop. Everything has to be investigated. We can't. I'm surprised we didn't see them shut the cameras down. You can't
So
use those words
I know we're jumping,
unless
but
it's real
this is what I
sexual.
wanted to bring up to you, because you were head of HR. I've worked for attorneys for almost 30 years. I'm very careful with how I use my words because of that.
Yes.
Now, doing the podcast, I've gotten into situations where I've said things and listeners have called me out, and that's good because then I know how to proceed. But I was going to bring that up to you. Isn't that wild that she threw that out there and then had the balls to say,
My husband's
I
in
have it
the
written
canyon.
down what she said, because it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
When having a lawyer for a husband is tough, because if you use the legal terms for things, people get upset.
You're not an
People know what
attorney.
SA
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
asshole. You don't have to be married to a lawyer to know.
I have
And what Danny did was not abusive in any way. Jasmine did say on the after show, pursuant to the definition, yes, it did fall under that. But
But wait, I have been a part of many, many an investigation. That was a part of my job. I didn't do it by myself, okay? Because, you've got to get other people involved.
you have to have a team.
Yes, but it's all in the eyes of the person offended, okay? Which
Right.
in this case, I can never remember their two names.
Jasmine and Melissa.
Yes, it was very telling when Melissa finally said, "Stop. I don't want my name involved in this again."
Exactly.
Did they ever say it was sexual assault? I never heard any of them say anything. It may have just been a pat on the ass. You know what? Sometimes friends pat you on the ass. If you don't
I
want them to do it, you
believe
have to
he
tell them not to do it.
grabbed Melissa's ass.
Mhm.
Highly inappropriate. Highly inappropriate. And he put his hand on Jasmine's knee and said, "Get daddy a drink." Now, I'm a
Bad.
different person. My friend, if one of my friends' husbands put their hand on my leg and said, "Get daddy a drink," I would laugh at the fact that they referred to themselves as daddy, first of all.
Poured the drink in their lap.
Probably just gotten them the fucking drink.
You
But I
know.
would have been laughing. It is highly inappropriate. I just don't get offended by that kind of shit. Certainly not somebody who I'm friends with. But
Right. But so
that's
what
okay. What it
what
comes
I've
down to is what you said. It's up to Jasmine and Melissa.
and if either one of them had an issue with it, they would have known about it years before this show started filming when that happened like a year before they started filming. Okay?
So no, it
But
was in between seasons. It was in between season 1 and 2.
well, no, I thought it was before season 1.
It was in between. It was the Halloween in between season 1 and 2.
Okay.
But what happened was it was brought up. They addressed it with Danny. He apologized. And everybody said they weren't going to bring it up on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know who brought it up first, quite honestly. I don't want to blame Janet in case she's not the one who brought it up first. But
Would bet
Janet,
it was her.
so then it's brought up on camera. They address it again. They go to a sit down, both couples, and they address it. No. I'm sorry. I think it was just Danny, Melissa, and Jasmine. But either way, he apologizes again. They accept his apology, and then they did go on to explain, and I get this. When you're in a lesbian relationship, sometimes people don't take it seriously. And Jasmine said, if I
Whoa,
were
whoa, whoa, whoa,
married to a
whoa.
man,
Jasmine is a new lesbian. She's been on 3
she's
different
definitely
dating shows.
bisexual.
She's been on 3 different she was on The Bachelor, she was
I
on
know.
one of those other ones.
I know. I agree with you. She's definitely bisexual. But she said, if I were married to one of your male friends, you probably never would have done that to me. And she's probably right.
Could be, but
But
it
then Janet
really
keeps
needs to come from their
perpetuating it.
perspective, right. If Jasmine and her girlfriend aren't making an issue about it, Janet has no right to talk about it.
Yeah,
No
Janet should
right.
just
It's
stop
not
talking about it.
she's got no ball in that game,
No.
not a bit,
Mm-mm.
but that's
No.
Janet.
Right. So Kristen meets up with Brittany on the beach. They sit down to have a conversation. So Brittany apologizes. So apparently Brittany calls Jax and tells him about the engagement like a jackass, knowing he's got a big fucking mouth. And they
There
don't want
is
anybody knowing because their own families don't know yet. And he
think
puts
that
it in the boys' group chat.
there's no way Brittany could be that stupid. There's no way.
I
How
agree
could
with
she
you.
be so stupid? Because we all know what a big mouth he has.
Yeah, he can't keep a secret. He's like Mike
Yeah.
the Situation on Jersey
Mhm.
Shore. You got a secret, you don't tell him.
I never saw that show.
You never saw it?
I'm
Oh
69
God.
years old. That wasn't,
I know.
those were
I still
people
watch it.
those were people giving New Jersey a bad name.
I agree with you at first for sure.
None
But
of them
now
were
I love
Italian. None of them
watching
were Italian or lived in New Jersey.
none of them. Wait, Mike Sorrentino was from New Jersey.
No, he wasn't.
Dina was from New
They
Jersey,
might have moved to
and
New
that was it.
Jersey. They might have moved to New Jersey.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think Jenny
Snooki,
and
she's not
Paulie
even
were from
Italian.
Long Island or Rhode Island. Vinny and Angelina were from Staten Island, and Snooki was from New York. Like New York, like Jenny, Snooki, and Paulie D were from somewhere in New York,
Yeah.
and Vinny and Angelina were Staten Island.
And Snooki wasn't even Italian.
No, she's
She
from
was from
Peru.
South America. Yeah.
Yeah. So they start with that conversation. Brittany apologizes for telling Jax, Brittany and Kristen apologizes for telling Jax, and Kristen tells Brittany that she was really more upset about the Janet thing and how she was just trying to have a conversation with Michele at El Coyote at that bar, and Janet kept making faces and giving her the side eye. I mean, even Brittany in that scene told Janet to stop.
That was a
So
weird scene. Like, I don't know why everybody was getting so mad and walking off. It was just, again, seems staged.
that's what Wendy said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So Kristen says to Brittany, how did we become friends with Janet? And Brittany's like, Sheena. And Kristen's like, yeah, how? She was a fan.
Damn.
And I remember hearing this. So basically, Janet stalked Sheena on social media and showed up somewhere. So I'm glad you and I are doing this together because I was thinking about this. So you, me, and Wendy went to the husband's thing in Atlantic City. Now, we've told the story before. We're morons, and we were the first ones up to take the pictures for the VIP. We didn't know where the hell to go afterwards. So we just moseyed to the other side of the stage and found ourselves in the group with the housewives. Rachel
Forever.
Fuda, Danielle Cabral, Melissa Gorga. I think that was just the three of them that was there, right?
And everybody else that was behind us is looking like, how'd they get over there while they're going getting ushered out?
They're getting ushered out, and we're just standing there, and
Because
we
we didn't
start
know where
talking to
to
them.
exit. Yeah. I mean, I've been back
Melissa,
there before, but
Danielle,
you
and
couldn't get
Rachel,
out.
they could not have been any nicer. Melissa's sisters were there. They could not have been
Way
any
to be
nicer
nice
to
to
us.
us. Out of their way to be nice to us.
Yes. Eventually, we were probably standing there about 20 minutes.
But
Then we left.
We left. We knew we could read the room and we knew when to leave.
We got, yeah.
And, it wasn't a fan conversation. It was a
No.
conversation women in New Jersey have about kids and schools and,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I told them, your kids are going to become assholes when they get to a certain age, especially
Yeah.
the boys. So
Yeah.
prepare yourselves.
Yeah, but it was a
Anyway,
great
and I stand
conversation.
by that. But we didn't do it. We certainly didn't do it on purpose, but we found
No,
ourselves there. Now, with that said, we had that opportunity. We're not going to lunch with them. We're not friends with them. Like Janet she had a plan in mind. She went to the Madrion. She sought out Sheena. She's like, "Oh, we have this mutual friend." They probably don't. On the after show, Sheena's telling the story too. Sheena thinks that this is all perfectly normal. And Janet says, "I tell Sheena all the time I'm going to write a book and it's going to be called I Owe My Life to Sheena Shea." That's fucking weird.
that's creepy.
Uh-huh.
That's creepy. And it's
So
creepy
I
for
totally
Sheena.
agreed with Kristen in this scene.
What we need to do is read that book and do a show on that. Brock
Yeah,
cheating on her? Wow, that came out of nowhere.
I think it's a lie.
To draw publicity for the book? I didn't think about
To
that.
draw publicity for the book, to get them on some kind of show because they're so desperate they'll be on any show.
Yeah,
Nobody wants them on the Valley. I mean, you see on social media, people do not want Lala or
no.
Sheena on the Valley.
I think the cast doesn't want them on because the cast
Probably
knows if
not.
they come on, it's gonna just move back into a VPR.
Yeah,
But
and
I
Sheena
want them
will
on because the other ones are boring me. I
right.
mean, Jesse, look, I like me and Danny, but they can't carry the show. Jesse, he's the star of the show because he's such an
Yes.
asshole. But
Exactly. But there's just something about him that's likable, right?
Jesse, no,
Yes.
he has no redeeming qualities.
No, he's a narcissist. I know he's a dick. I think that Michele did the right thing by leaving him.
Yeah.
And I
Do you
like Michele, except for the way she sticks up for Janet. I cannot stand the way Brittany and Michele stick up for Janet.
Yeah, no, I agree, I agree. But, Jesse used to date Anna Nicole Smith.
I remember hearing that.
He was
Yes. So
even
he's been
a
around,
model. They
Jesse.
were model he was in her trim spot ads,
Yeah.
and then that's how they met and they dated.
Yeah. All right. So
He's a
Kristen thinks
creep.
it's creepy that Janet was a fan of VPR and all of a sudden a friend in the group. And I could not agree with Kristen more.
And now she's got
Now
a show.
right, right. Now everybody's getting ready for the boat ride. Danny says he hopes everybody gets along on the boat ride. It's not going to happen, Danny. How about Luke's
Wish they'd leave
outfit?
I wish they would listen, that was nasty. First off, I don't find him attractive.
I don't either. I agree.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but that
sorry.
was,
I don't.
like, creepy,
Yeah,
you know?
I totally agree.
Like, if a man wants to dress sexy, that's not how you do it.
No, that was not how you do it.
Yeah.
Janet was keeping her distance on the boat. So how
That was
about
sad. That was sad watching them sitting by themselves.
well, I do feel bad for Jason because he's somewhat likable.
Everybody liked
Personally,
him.
I don't think Janet should have gone on the trip. Wendy disagrees. Wendy thinks that a cast trip should be the entire cast. I don't think Janet should have even been invited on this trip, given that she didn't invite Kristen and Zack to her baby moon in season 1 to Big Bear.
Well, but you want it to be more real. It's a reality show. So in real life, we don't invite people we don't like.
Exactly.
To
Exactly.
me all the time.
Me
You should see
too.
this shit
And
I
I'm
don't get
good.
invited to. Oh, I love it. Give me another
Me too.
reason to sit home and watch TV all day.
And Eric loves nothing more than to not be invited anywhere.
Yeah. Joe too. That was his favorite thing is not going somewhere.
There are only certain people. So there are 2 couples that we go to dinner with like every couple of months, and we've known each other since our kids were in elementary school. I met these moms and we just clicked. And Eric loves both of their husbands. So if I say we're going out with, actually sometimes there's 3 couples, but same thing. If I say we're going out to dinner with them, Eric's like, I'm in. He loves it. Other than that, and family parties, he's just not going. He's just not into it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. And I have never been that kind of wife that was like, if I'm going, you're going. If he doesn't want to go, he doesn't have to go. If he wants to bring his own car so he can leave when he wants to, no problem.
I tell my nieces, I'm okay not being invited. Not inviting me somewhere means I don't have to drive 2 hours on the parkway,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, because you're far. You're far from all the people.
Yeah. So what does she do? She has the baby's birthday on Memorial Day. This Labor Day is her baby shower. I still gotta drive up there. I can't say no.
Is Gab? Wait, what's she having? Did she say?
She's not
Does
gonna
she know?
know. She doesn't wanna know.
Her kids are so beautiful. It's
They are.
ridiculous.
They are the best.
That Melanie put up a video.
Sorry, I was just getting a call in a sec.
Okay. Because it said that your recording stopped, but hopefully it's fine
Yeah.
now.
No, it was a call coming in.
Melanie put a video up of your niece's son. I don't want to use their names just in case they don't want me to.
You
But
could say
he
his
was
name,
so
Raekwon, Baby Ray.
yeah, Raekwon. He was so funny, just jumping around and bopping around. I just couldn't help but think of my kids because I think they're almost the same ages apart. My daughter was first, then my son. My daughter was so quiet, reserved,
He's
and
in
Joe
constant
came out like
motion.
the fucking Tasmanian devil.
He's in
I was like,
constant
"What
motion.
the hell is going on?"
The
Is that how they are?
most beautiful thing is watching him when he gets tired and he lays on his mother's shoulder. But yeah, no, he doesn't stop moving. He doesn't stop moving.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly how my kids were. I mean, and you know what? As stressful as it was, I just said it to Eric. I wish we could go back because I did not appreciate it when they were those ages. I didn't. I was so stressed out. I always worked. I never didn't work. I always worked. I was always so stressed out. And knowing now what I know, like I would just love to go back and
Yep, they're
do
4
it
and
all
2,
over, man.
perfect.
Yeah.
And another one here
Yeah.
in October.
That's very exciting.
Sure is.
So I forget. Oh, I think Michele was talking to Brittany, maybe? I forget who she was talking to. Maybe Janet. Oh, Michele was talking to Janet. And she said that Jesse wasn't always a douche when she met him. He used to be romantic. But as he started making money, he got more douchey. I mean,
It
we've seen it
happens.
with people we
We've seen it
know.
happen with a lot of people. And,
Yeah.
he was making some big real estate money because that's
Yeah.
what
I
they
mean, real
did.
estate
Yeah.
in that
In
area of the
California,
country. Yeah.
it's a big money. But, he also did modeling. He was an actor. He did a lot of stuff, model, actor, real estate agent like that. But,
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad that clearly
I
they're
I don't
better
feel
off apart, those two.
I get really upset bad-mouthing her because he deserved to be cheated on. He treated her like crap. He didn't have sex with her after she had the baby. And this was years. The baby is like 4 years old now. So you deserve to be cheated on.
Totally agree with you.
I have no
I'm not a
problem with her
proponent of
cheating on
cheating on
him.
your spouse, please, people.
No,
But
but if my
if
spouse treats me
your
like that,
wife comes to you and says, I need intimacy, and you don't give her intimacy, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? That's what's going to happen.
yeah. So I get pissed off every time he says something about her because she doesn't deserve it. She put up with his shit.
She's just supposed to stay there unhappy,
Yeah,
not having her needs met. But he
working.
obviously,
Yeah, working
yeah,
full time, raising their child.
right. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I don't think anybody deserves to be cheated on, but I do think that she was justified in her choices
Yeah,
for sure.
yep. And good for
Uh,
her.
yeah, for sure. I totally agree with you. So then we see Jax and Schwartz are together, and Schwartz brings Hungry Man frozen meals. I'm going to tell you something.
Schwartz should be on every show out there. I want to see Schwartz on Summer House, on The Valley, and I want him to go date a housewife.
Gina, I could not agree with you more. I said the same exact thing. I said, listen, I don't care if they plant his ass on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I want Schwartz on every fucking Bravo show.
He's great.
Who would have thought Schwartz would be the voice of reason? And I'll tell you why Schwartz is so much more likable. And listen, I'm not a Sandoval hater at all.
I am. I'm the leader of that club.
Listen, people get cheated on. It happens.
Well, yeah, but you don't cheat on
Talk about not
with
being
your wife's
intimate.
best friend. Cheating?
I agree with you.
Screwing your wife's best friend.
He was wrong.
Yeah.
He was wrong. He's an asshole, but I'm not going to, step on his neck. But I think that we're seeing a better side of Schwartz because I think he's distanced himself from Sandoval a little bit.
Well, he should because Sandoval is still kind of poisony. Did you see him on America's Got Talent?
I did not.
It was horrible. And how he's
Was
saying
it?
we're not supposed to vote for him because he cheated on somebody.
People are not going to vote for him because of the Ariana thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
I
How he
really
was
think
saying we're
that
supposed to hold that against him.
right.
He's got a cover band.
He's got a cover band. That's
That's all it
basically
is.
what he has.
And there's a lot of good cover bands out there.
Absolutely. So I wonder if Schwartz looks back and thinks like, man, if I wasn't up Sandoval's ass, maybe my marriage would have worked out. Because that was a huge
Definitely.
thing between Katie and him, his
Yeah.
relationship with Sandoval.
Yeah. That was it. Sandoval was the other woman in that relationship,
For sure.
you know? And she gave
For
she
sure.
gave Schwartzy a lot of room.
Yeah, she sure did. She sure did. But I love the way he talks about her now. He always says how beautiful she looks, how happy she is, how happy he is that she's so happy.
'Cause she's got a
Listen,
boyfriend that she's in love with.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think he still loves her. I think it still hurts him. I think he
Yeah.
says it, but I think he wishes her the best, but I really think he really wishes he was still with her. Because
Yeah,
he
well,
I
I'm
bet you
sure
he's
he
a lazy
realizes he
dater. You know what a lazy dater is?
no.
Guy that stays with the woman because he doesn't wanna go through all the aggravation of dating somebody. My husband told me that's what he was. He said, "You never have to worry about me cheating on you. That means I have to talk to somebody first."
Joe was the best.
He was. But
You
but
guys
I
were so happy, though, you didn't have to worry about him doing that anyway.
but that's I think that's what he's like. He would rather just be
Yeah.
with somebody so he doesn't have to have the aggravation of going and dating and, oh my god, I just can't imagine having to go through that.
Tell you what, I can't.
No.
I can't. I mean, God forbid anything happen nothing's gonna happen between Eric and I, but God forbid. I would probably just shut it down. I'm like,
Yeah,
"I'm
no.
alright. I'm all set."
Day my husband died, closed, over and out.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. So Jax is telling Schwartz that he wants to put a pin in the divorce. He says he just got out of rehab and Brittany hasn't given him the chance to prove himself.
And what about
Bitch, you
Schwartz's
had 10 years to
response?
prove yourself.
I
Yeah,
love
thank
Schwartz's
God.
response. I didn't expect that out of him, but he had a
He said
great
it's not a great
response.
idea, right?
No.
Focus on co-parenting, which
I
is
think
the
Schwartz knows that Jax was violent towards Brittany. I'm not saying he hit her, but
right,
verbally violent.
right, right. I mean, listen, we saw it. We saw how he tried to publicly humiliate her on that Big Bear trip by saying she drank too much and that's why she was so sick. And all of the girls are saying she didn't drink, Jax. She didn't drink. And he was still perpetuating this narrative that she drank too much and that's why she feels this way. It's like, why would you do that to your wife?
Because he was angry. And he wasn't thinking about her as the wife of his child. He was just thinking about her as a woman who's sleeping with his good friend. Because
Right.
that's when that happened.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
So Janet approaches Zack on the boat. This is how everything starts. Janet approaches Zack because of the Jenna thing, because Michelle's angry that this girl Jenna is now around all of a sudden. And she used to date Aaron, and she's blaming Kristen, but Zack is saying it was him.
And she dated him once, like 4 years ago.
Yeah, like the fact that I mean, listen, I get it because Michelle's probably like, okay, I'm happy with this guy. And I'm sure she thinks she doesn't like the fact that Jesse and Kristen are such good friends because that's very clear on the after show. And she thinks that it's really Jesse behind all of it, which it probably is.
Probably is.
Of course. But listen,
Yeah.
you're on a show. So you're clearly, secure in your relationship. Who gives a shit? Let this girl be on the show.
Yeah.
People are going to see right through it. Don't worry.
Did you see when they did that flashback of when they were all on the show?
Yes.
That's great.
Yep.
It's like,
On
okay.
VPR, right?
Yeah, all right,
Yep.
here's that one. Zach was on a couple of they were all on.
Yep. They were all on.
Yeah.
So Janet asks Zack to come sit and talk with her. And he goes and recruits Kristen because he doesn't want to go alone. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Janet approaches him about the Jenna thing. Kristen says she was trying to talk to Michele at El Coyote and Janet started yelling at her. Janet is like, okay, well, that's not how I remember it, but okay. You were yelling.
They replayed it. It wasn't that bad. But just the fact that she opened her mouth.
Right. She should have. You're right. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
She should have. Now, what do you think about this? So I listened to 2Ts and Dolores was on. And Wendy and I talked about this last week. So Dolores Catania was saying that Nia and Kristen shouldn't have left that scene. She's like, you're getting paid to do a job. You sit there and finish the scene. Now, I said, if that were Jersey and Janet started running her mouth that way, yelling, she would have gotten popped in the face. So OC, she would have gotten popped in the face.
Atlanta.
But this is different. Atlanta, she would have gotten dragged. But this is different. They're different. They got up and left to avoid the confrontation. So do you think
they really weren't a part of it. No, I think it was okay that they left because they really weren't at the core of that whole thing.
I think that Kristen is really trying to make changes in her life. And I think by her getting up and walking away showed a lot of growth.
Can you believe Kristen's got a show?
No, she literally told her boss on national television to go suck a dick. I mean, the fact that she has a show gives hope to disgruntled employees everywhere.
She even stayed on VPR after what she said to Lisa.
I mean, she didn't stay on much longer.
On for the rest of the show.
No, she got fired when Stassi got fired. I think Jax, Kristen, and Stassi all got fired at the same time, and it was only because of that girl Faith's accusations against Stassi and Kristen.
It was Stassi and Kristen's big mouth that brought it up. Faith never brought it up. They said something about it on their podcast.
Faith said that they accused her of, basically she made it like a racial thing, because she said that they accused her because of the color of her skin of doing something, which is very fucked up. But like that too. Like, how does Bravo? I mean, listen, I love Kristen, and I don't think that Kristen and I'm not even going to go there.
Listen,
how do you get your job back after that?
Slept with Jax while her boyfriend was in the next room.
I mean, come on.
The girl deserves her own show.
That's ridiculous. It's like for real.
Oh, I still can't get the creeps when I think of her dating Sandoval.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, and listen, Ariana, you lose them how you get them, sweetheart. You were the other woman. He was with Kristen. As crazy as she was, he was with Kristen, and you messed around with him.
There's a big difference in those two scenarios.
Totally different. She was good friends with Raquel, Rachel, whatever. But, this is who you're with, though. This is his character. These are his morals.
Yeah.
So, no, you weren't friends with Kristen, but...
No, and he and Kristen were kind of ready to split anyway.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to last. Like I said, she's sleeping with Jack.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, how serious did you take your relationship that you're having sex with your boyfriend's best friend while he's in the other room?
While he's sleeping, 20 feet away.
Yeah. All right. So Kristen, Zack, Janet, and I guess Michelle's still sitting there. And Kristen says to Janet, like, I thought we got past this. And Janet says, I know my husband's a good person. And Kristen's like, I totally agree. Kristen said, I only said the thing about Jason and his ring because you were attacking Danny and Nia. And
Stupidest story ever.
Well, Danny, I don't even want to say the words, essayed Jasmine and Michele. And Kristen just gets up and leaves. And good for Kristen. And Janet says that the definition of essay, like, what did you look it up? Did Janet look up the definition prior to the...
Just because your husband's a lawyer doesn't mean he comes home and he gives you vocabulary lessons at night. I mean, you sounded like an asshole.
She sounded like an asshole. And poor Jason's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Go ask your wife what's going on. She's the problem. So Kristen tells him. And then Janet says her stupid shit, having a lawyer for her husband, blah, blah, blah. So then another story comes up. Apparently a week earlier, Janet told Zack and Jasmine that there was an incident with fans where Danny drank too much and was inappropriate with a group of women, and Jason pulled him away, and Danny said, Nia will always be up here, but I have a weakness for hot girls in little skirts.
So does that mean he's sleeping with them? Or he likes to look at them?
I mean, clearly he likes to look at them. And I'm sure my husband does too.
if your husband's not looking at that, then we gotta worry about things.
Exactly. And Zack tells Danny to approach Jason, and he does. So Jason says, when Janet said it, she said Jason, and I forget what her little friend's name is, the guy with the pink boots. His name keeps coming up, and Zack clearly doesn't like him. I forget his name. Jared. So Janet says that Jared and Jason both heard Danny say that. Jason says he never heard it, but Jared and Brittany did. On the after show, Brittany says, I never heard it. So we're only going on this story by what Jared supposedly heard. And I don't believe a fucking word
No,
that
I
comes
don't
out of
buy
this
it.
guy's
I
mouth.
don't buy it.
Now, Jason said that. Wait, was this on the after show?
The after show was not on my Peacock today.
Really?
No, I got up this morning and tried to watch it. It wasn't on.
So Janet said that Jason called Danny the next day after this alleged incident and said, you cannot act like that. You're going to lose your family. Danny said that Jason called him and was like, listen, you didn't do anything wrong, but we need to be careful when taking pictures with fans. Now, I'm going to say this. If your friend has to call you and address your behavior at an event, something probably did happen. My husband, I've told you a million times, my husband knows when it's time for me to leave a function. I start talking like I'm on The Sopranos and I am F-bombing all over the place. That is when it is time for Kelly to exit left.
My husband would give me the eye. He would give me like,
It's all it takes.
yeah.
Right. So something must have definitely happened with Danny. I mean, he's acknowledging that Jason made a phone call the next day.
Yeah, I mean, he probably got drunk and was flirting with girls.
Okay.
Listen, you're
But
on a TV show. These girls are going to be coming after you like crazy.
like, I agree with you. Like,
People
I think
do a
this whole
lot of
storyline,
strange things to get access to fame.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Do you remember in season 1 of The Valley, they were talking about Danny and Nia, and the producers must have asked Jax a question, and Jax said, wait until you find out the truth about them.
Yes.
So this whole winch hunt on Danny drinking, I honestly think is coming from Jax. And Janet, being the super fan that she is going to do whatever Jax tells her to do because she's a stalker super fan.
I don't know if this show's going to make another season.
I don't know either, based
I
on what I see on social media.
And I love Vanderpump Rules so much. That's why I like this show so much. But this show, I don't think Jax is coming back. I think Kristen would, but Kristen's gonna have a baby now.
Right.
You know,
Which
why?
is
Maybe
fine because
How about we bring back like, let's do a show with mothers and babies. Bring Stassi and and Sheena's
that's what I
having a
think we should
baby.
do.
Sheena's having a baby.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't care if Sheena and Lala were on this show. I actually would like to see Lala more than Sheena.
Lala
And
didn't
especially
talk.
now, this bullshit that just came out about Sheena writing a book and him cheating on her while she was pregnant. I think it's bullshit. I think it's a lie. I think she's making it up. I think she wants a storyline to get on whatever show she wants to get on. I don't like Sheena. I think that I'm curious to see what Wendy thinks about this whole storyline.
That's a
The whole
pretty
cheating thing.
that's a pretty far way to go saying that your husband cheated on you.
Can't you see Sheena doing that though?
You know what? The first thing that happens to a woman when a man cheats on her is it's like you've you've just like embarrassed. It's
Yes.
embarrassing. So that's why I maybe say something else about him. But the cheating,
So I saw the timeline. Now I
a
don't know if
cheating
this is
means you're something's wrong with you. People could look at it that's why I don't think she would say that if it wasn't true.
well, here's the deal. If he left his family from wherever he's from, where's he from?
Australia.
Australia? He left his kids, he left his ex-wife, he left everything, right?
Well,
Basically to come to
he never
America to become
talked to his
famous.
kids. Yeah, he never talked to his kids.
He did until he left.
Right, but
Until
when
he
he
got
came to the
divorced.
United States, he came here and he was a personal trainer or something, you know?
Moved to LA, tried to become famous.
But he was
So
in
him
San
too.
Diego, he wasn't in Los Angeles.
I mean, it's not that far off.
Yeah, it is. I lived in San Diego. It's
It's like an
3
hour.
hours. It's 3 over 3 hours to Los Angeles.
I really thought it was only an
No,
hour.
it's far. It's far.
Well, either way, you knew he left his family. You knew he left his kids.
Not just left them, didn't talk to your kids, didn't pick up the phone and do a voice call or a video call.
These are just like Brittany. These are the people you're choosing to spend your life with.
Yep.
So,
I don't know.
well,
Brock came in heavy, strong,
mhm.
blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, he's just a background player. Did you notice that? I don't know what happened. Maybe he got mad they weren't paying him and he decided not to participate. I don't know.
Well, I mean, on the Valley, I mean, she's not even really a cast member yet, though. So they're probably negotiating something, and this
Yeah.
is probably a good negotiating.
But whenever Sheena and Lala were on this season, they didn't contribute anything. They just kind of sat there.
And Lala said, like, I had a new baby. She couldn't really be there.
Yeah.
But Lala rides hard for Michele. And I think it's because Randall, her ex, is very similar to Jesse. So I get that. I do get that.
Fofty. Remember that?
Was it?
The weekend that they broke up, that she left him, there was something going back between the two of them on Instagram. And then 50 Cent chimed in about
Yeah,
dickhead, you owe me money. When he replied, he called him Fofty.
that's right. That was great.
Every time I see 50 Cent, there's Fofty.
I mean, who thought 50 Cent was going to enter the chat? Like,
And he got his
who
money.
saw that coming?
He got his money.
He's so fucking funny, that guy, even with the Diddy stuff. Like,
He hates
so
Diddy.
funny.
He hates Diddy.
And
I
he's
go
been
I
saying
go
that shit for years.
I go right to his Instagram when I want to see what's going on because
Yeah.
he's on it. I love
Mhm.
him. He's hysterical.
Me too. Me too. All right. Well, thank you, Cousin Gina. I don't have anything else about the Valley. Do you?
No, it was a good show, and I really hope they can come up with some better storylines.
I know. And listen, I like the authenticity when, I don't want to see anything made up. That's for
Like
sure.
BPR, they were real genuine friends, not like
And I think
Real
this group
Housewives.
was.
Yeah.
I think the problem with this group is that people like Janet think she has to stir the pot and be an asshole. And she's coming for the wrong people. People love Danny and Nia. I agree with you. They can't carry a show on their own, but they're a nice couple and people are pissed that she's coming for them. Danny has 3 kids under 3. If the guy, I mean, I don't agree with him being inappropriate
4.
with anybody.
4.
Now 4. Yeah. If the guy wants to let loose and drink, if the guy wants to chug tequila in a fucking pantry while he's
Let
on
'em.
vacation with his
Who
wife,
gives a shit?
let him.
Going to
Let
work
him.
every day. He's not coming home from work and drinking. He's drinking when they're filming. There's a big difference.
And when somebody's taking care of his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, unless there's something we don't know.
I think Janet's just trying to stir shit up.
I totally agree.
Yep. Well, it was a
All
great
right.
show.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.